So, Blake is probably either dead or she retreated back to wherever her friends are safely. Why do you ask? Well, simple. She just got done losing her arm, her aura is low, and a giant titan is coming to, well, invade that village or town that they're in. So, yeah, she doesn't know where the titan's weak spot is, so let us hope that Blake made it out of there okay. Hashtag please let Blake. Hello everybody! I hope you have had a great Star Wars week so far with May the 4th, and you continue to do so because please God, there needs to be something good Star Wars related this week. I am, of course, your host, Saberking, and I am back to deliver a review of the newest death battle that has been requested by a British friend of mine. He's British, you know. He has, of course, been requesting this particular matchup for a decade and a half now. So, it's finally time, after all the cakes that he's eaten, after all the memes that has been made about him and his matchup, it's here. Blake Belladonna versus Mikasa Ackerman. And I'm just gonna let you all know right now, I am not a fan of Attack on Titan because I really didn't get sucked into it, so I will not be able to tell if they did her justice. So you guys let me know down in the comments below if she did. Also, for those of you who are upset at me for not getting into Attack on Titan, please remember, I have particular taste. Okay? Okay. So, let's just go ahead and dive right into this. Oh, this is kinda awkward because, well, voice acting is really, well, there's just one original voice actor that has original dialogue, and that is for Mikasa Ackerman. I kinda enjoyed this person's take on the young Mikasa, and just from what little I have heard in clips of Attack on Titan, I think that she did a pretty good job, but I can't speak on everyone's behalf. So if you don't think this actress did a good job, then let me know down in the comments below so I can either look at them and just be puzzled, or I probably just won't interact with you because, well, I have nothing to contribute to the conversation. She had some great range, like the opening joke with the 4 ears, getting to hear her inner monologue, and of course hearing her scream horribly in pain, which, ow, that must hurt so much, having a thunder spear launched into your chest only to explode violently. Good God, that poor girl. Well, it's okay, Aaron, you'll be alright. Oh wait, no you won't.
Civilians were supposed to evacuate this area hours ago! Get the hell out of here! They're coming! You deaf? I said get the hell! Are those 2 sets of ears? She must have 4 times the hearing.
And then when we get to Blake, well, it's kind of a little bit weird. On the one hand, yes, they did use Aaron Zach's voice, but she didn't really voice any original dialogue for Blake this time around, like how Barbara did in Yang vs. Tifa, or how Kara did in Weiss vs. Mitsuru. Instead, they pretty much just used sound bites, and she only had 2 lines. Yeah, that's kind of weird that she only had 2 lines. I get that Blake doesn't talk a lot in battle, but my god, that is just weird. What? Is Ruby going to have more lines than her? Oh my god, that's probably gonna happen, isn't it? Also, what really doesn't make it any better is that Samurai Jack, who also doesn't speak that much, had more lines than she did. Yeah, let that sink in for a moment. Oh god. So, this is kind of, well, a no-brainer in this regard. It all just kind of falls on Mikasa's actor alone. In that case, well, she did her job. I enjoyed it. I may not be particularly invested or vast in Attack on Titan, but as long as she did a great job voicing the character and making me laugh, and making me be tense, with her struggle and, you know, delivering a good end death, then I think that's all that matters. So, bravo on you.
Leave me alone! Incoming!
The animation was fucking fantastic. Our first Unreal 3D fight of the season, and the first one to be done by Rooster Teeth himself. Because what, did you actually think they were gonna let the other Death Battle 3D animators take this on alone? Hell no. But no, in all seriousness, they did a superb job. I actually have been making this comment in the past when it came to Weiss versus Mitsuru, but why is it that they put more effort into making a Ruby model look much better, much more detailed, and much more expressive than they do in the actual show? I'm not trying to step on anyone's toes here, but I'm just saying, that's kind of a problem for me. This is probably why I don't do Ruby reviews anymore. Wait, I never did Ruby reviews to begin with. Never mind. So, yeah, obviously, everything in this animation was clean as fuck. But we should probably address the elephant in the room. The low frame rate and lagginess at the beginning. So, you're probably wondering why that's been going on. It started with All Might vs. Might Guy, and now it's just continuing here. Well, that's kind of simple, because Torian has pretty much just wanted to do Into the Spider-Verse. That's it. So, if you don't like the lag or the low frame rates, well, you're gonna have to get used to it, because Torian will not change his mind, and he is a god. So, you know, let that be a reminder. The choreography, the cinematography, the action, the high stunts, the gunfire, the swordplay, everything was just so well done in this. Hell, there were even little details that I didn't notice until my 5th watch of the preview. We actually get some great background details like moving clouds and actual good reflection of water, the sun, the buildings look like they have a lot of texture to them, and really, just overall, I am just in love with the framework of this fight. And yes, it is good enough to put on a cake and eat it. I think that's kind of obvious because, you know, these two guys did it. And yeah, so I'm really, really just oozed with how well this animation came out. Now, if I had to make one complaint, it would be on Mikasa's model. Yes, it is built from the ground up, and I'm not saying it doesn't look like Mikasa, because really, as long as it looks like her, that's all I care about. I couldn't give a crap about the other things, because, you know, I'm not a fan of the show. But it does stand out in comparison to Blake's much more detailed model. And bear in mind, I get that they did have to do this because, well, they can't just make Mikasa's model look better, because then it would just be a clash of two different styles going on. But to me, her face just was a little too uninteresting. It was very much the same default face, and her expressions were just not as good as Blake's. Again, this is probably because the Ruby models just have so much potential to be as expressive as the people want them to be. Again, that's just how it goes. But here, well, Mikasa didn't get that treatment. Her hands also kind of looked like action figure hands at some point. Like, they were just popped in joints, which was a little creepy in my opinion. But other than that, I will say everything else was pretty solid. Is this going to be my favorite 3D fight of Season 8? Probably not. Will it be in my top 5? Most likely, if not my top 10. So, yeah, good on the team, and I'm very much looking forward to the next one. Okay, we gotta talk about this track, because there is a little bit of good and a little bit of We'll start with the good first. I am very, very happy with how the vocals came out for this. Particularly with getting both these awesome, talented female singers who have worked with Brandon in the past or have just now started recently working with him. They did a great job of mixing the sound of Ruby and what I can assume is the sound of Attack on Titan into each other, really coming together to create a solid track that would fit in Ruby or again, I assume, in Attack on Titan. Also, the lyrics really are very interesting. I listened to this track on its own before it came out, and then again after the fight was out for everybody, and yeah, it pretty much still slaps. But, unfortunately, I wouldn't say it's my top favorite. I wouldn't even say it's in my number 2 slot. I still prefer the track for Shadow vs. Ryuko and the track for King Yoda vs. King Mickey, but trust me, this is definitely better than Lex vs. Dr. Doom, but still not as good as Heihachi vs. Geese. Yeah, sorry, I know all of you are going to be a little disappointed by that, but what can I say? I have very particular taste. Still, not a bad track, and a very good addition to this season. Good stuff. Well, now we're here at the conclusion, so I will say this. Obviously, I was not even close to being as hyped about this matchup as Your Only Mate or my friend Freelancer Amber. Mainly the former, because, well, he had been requesting this for a decade and a half, and just seeing all of the fans give their love and tribute to him, even Death Battle themselves, it really touched my heart, and in the end, I'm just happy that he got what he wanted. I mean, it's definitely better than that dumbass friend of mine who hated this fight and wanted to send an angry email. I'm not even kidding you. With that said, I just think this fight is pretty damn good. Is it a masterpiece? No. Is it my favorite of the season so far? Absolutely not. I do think other 3D fights are going to blow this out of the water, but I can definitely see and understand why people, including Your Only Mate, would put this as their number 1 favorite of Season 8. Because, yeah, it had a lot of expectations to live up to, and I would say it lived up to those people's expectations. For me, though, all I wanted was some great animation, some decent voice acting, a slap-ass track, and that's pretty much it. Also, I did not care for the analysis because I do not agree with Blake being a lightning timer. Yes, I do not believe that she scales to Mercury. You can @ me at the comments below. I just don't care. Still, that all being said, really what it all comes down to is that I was entertained by this fight, and that's about good enough for me. So I would say it deserves no more than a solid B+. Now the next time is completely overshadowing this one. I'm sorry, but come on. It's fucking Poe versus Danny. Yeah, I think this is gonna be a hell of a great 2D fight. Oh my god, especially with that sneak peek. I may even just watch that again. Hell, I may even put that on screen.
The things I do for love. Yeah. Huh. Yeah. Wow! That was awesome!
It's so good! It's so good! I can't wait! I can't wait! I can't wait! So, yeah, guys, I will be seeing you for that one. And this is Saberking saying, have a good day, and comment, like, subscribe, let me know what you thought of this episode, and definitely go give your love to Your Only Mate, because he deserved it.